I was spending time with my hubby yesterday. He's on his days off. He's sleeping right now, so I figured I had some time now, and I wanted to talk about the live that I saw last night between Smash and Monster and Queenie. Actually, if somebody could invite Queen E here, that would be great too, because I have a couple questions for her as well. But it was awful. It was. But I don't think I can invite Queenie. I don't have her blocked, but my shit's weird. It won't let me invite anybody that's not on this little list I have here. But I would really like Monster and Queenie to come in here so I can ask a couple questions respectfully with no yelling. Hey, Monster. Hey, Monster.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. It's noon for
Oh,
me
is
here.
oh
And bullying and stuff like that. And then years and years after Columbine happened, 10 years to be exact, because I believe he committed in 2019. Um, he couldn't handle it and he committed because of the PTSD and the traumas surrounding Columbine. So, like, when random, I know people joke to joke. I do. It just like I said, Smashley and I are not friends in any shape, way, or form. I did not initially hear you say that. I just heard replays of it. Um, and it did hurt a little bit. And like I've never had an issue with you at all, ever. Um, and it did hurt a little bit. And like I've never had an issue with you at all, ever. And it did hurt a little bit. And like I've never had an issue with you at all, ever. I just wanted I first real experience like the entire United States had of why we now have drills in our school instead of fire drills and tornado drills. We have pew pew drills, and why
yeah.
kids said they spent $150 to buy their kids backpacks with the Teflon in the back, and why they have to be like even now last year at my son's high school there was two incidents of weapons being brought to school and us freaking out about it, especially me, because I don't think the school district took it seriously enough when a
Right.
PP was found on the school grounds.
Right.
um it's not something we joke about, and I get that.
I
The
feel
other
like I
thing
should have you know what, Ms. I'm gonna tell you this. I feel like I should have continued saying what I was saying instead of cutting it off so it didn't look that way. That's number one. Tell you this. I feel like I should have continued saying what I was saying instead of cutting it off so it didn't look that way. That's number one. Um,
I agree with
I
that.
I also agree that it's not something to joke about, and
And I don't think you did it like with
to joke about, and I
and I don't think you did it like with ill
no,
intent. I don't.
I really
Because
didn't.
like a lot of stuff happens on 420. It was Easter, it was 420, Columbine anniversary. I'm pretty sure it was like Hitler's birthday.
Yes.
Um it was Easter, it was 420, Columbine anniversary. I'm pretty sure it was like Hitler's birthday.
Yes.
Um
I'm like, I didn't even say
there's
the
a lot
worst
of other
one.
stuff that does happen on 420, and I just don't think that at that time, like Queenie said, it was just 20, and I just don't think that at that time, like Queenie said, it was just bad timing.
Yeah.
But any timing joking about that is going to be bad timing because there's not really a time to joke about it.
Right. And that was the whole thing, that there wasn't a joke, but it wasn't received that way. I feel like I should have just continued with the mental health crisis rant that was supposed to be in place of that. Because I tried to explain it a couple times. Um, and I know that it doesn't matter at this point. People were, offended by bringing it up anyway, and the hurt has already been done. And to those people, I'm very sorry. I do not deliver things sometimes the way that I want them to
I
be.
know, I know, girl. And
And
that's why I'm not like coming at you like hard or anything.
oh yeah,
But
I
I
know.
did watch like your videos from New Orleans. Do you remember that feeling you felt standing in that same place where all those people were mowed down?
Yeah,
That's how we felt every time Columbine's mentioned.
right. And I definitely will be more careful on things that I mention because you never know um what people are still struggling with, and I should definitely be more careful doing that.
And I
And I
agree.
apologize.
I think last night it got a little bit out of control because they were in their feelings, you were in your feelings, Queenie was in her feelings, and nothing was literally getting met or
Right.
understood on any direction. So
Right.
I figured and again, Smashley and I are not fucking friends.
Right.
But I do feel her frustration on that because it's literally not something to joke around with. The
Yeah.
rest of the shit that y'all talked about, like, I don't fucking know. But
I definitely should have just continued talking about what I was talking about because the mental health system in America is absolutely broken. And
absolutely,
the
it is.
Columbine was mentioned as an example of that. And it just was poorly timed because it was a significant date and it was just one of the significant dates in history that yeah, it shouldn't have been. I don't
Maybe
know
it's a
what
little
to
bit
do.
more like vivid in people in Colorado's minds because, again, not just Austin. His name was Stephen Austin Eubanks.
Mhm.
Um, but Anne Marie, who was paralyzed in that incident at Columbine, passed away from natural causes from the shooting. So they
Oh
labeled it
man.
as a homicide because of that just this year. So
Yeah.
it's played a lot. There's a lot of like memorials, there's a lot of stuff going and it's like 9/11 for the entire country. Columbine's like that for Colorado. It
Right.
was like the beginning of the end because after that the movie theater pew pew happened and then the STEM school pew pew happened and then that
Sandy
weird
Hook, I think.
yes.
I don't want to
Um,
say any more. I don't want to name any more of them because
there's so
I
many.
listen, and I'm nervously laughing right now. I just want to say that I did open my mind and think about it from the other side, and that's why this conversation is happening right now.
Yeah, and that's all I wanted. Like I didn't want to come up and yell at you or be
No,
like,
yeah.
you, you're a fucking piece of shit for saying no. Because I mean, you're obviously getting that from a lot of places, and I don't feel that way. I feel like last night, and
People are
it's
entitled to
not that
think
they
that too,
were
Miss.
intellectually like declined from understanding. It's just I think some of us don't understand how anyone could even possibly, even with a no joke, crack a
And
joke about
right,
so many
right.
children losing their lives.
I was so confused because I was like, how are you guys not understanding what I was saying? But then I was like, well, I mean, perception is reality. Like I said in the live last night, I'm like, you're going to think, you know what I mean? It's going to mean what it means to you and meant what it meant to me. And there's nothing that, you know what I mean? We'll have to agree to disagree. But I definitely agree that I will be way more careful in subjects that I bring up that could be sensitive to people. Because I don't know what people are going through, right? Because I'm going through something
I know.
and
And that's why I didn't want to like come hard at you either. Like
no, I'm
you and
okay,
I have
babe.
never had issues ever.
No,
And I know you're on one side of TikTok right now and I'm on the complete other fucking side of TikTok. I just figured I might be able to explain a little bit better than what was explained last night.
yeah, I
Why
appreciate you
some
taking
people
the
were
time to
so
explain
upset
it to
about it.
me. And listen, Ms. Honestly, I never meant to hurt anybody. You know me. You've known me for a very long time. My delivery was horrible.
Yeah, and
Timing
that
was
happens to the best of
awful.
us, girl. It does. It really does.
Foot in mouth, okay? Sorry.
It's all right. I just thought maybe I could, after listening last night and seeing both sides and
Yeah.
going back and forth, um, I just figured I might be able to offer a little bit more insight into why, without getting angry or like making you feel like bad or anything, why it might hurt some of us,
Right.
especially the ones that are from Colorado. And again, I'm going to say this, Smash and I are not friends, but we are both from Colorado.
Yeah.
Like most of my, like I've lived in a lot of different places, but most of my life was spent in Colorado. All three of my children were born in Colorado.
And I didn't know that either.
And it is a touchy subject, especially when people talk shit about Columbine or make jokes about it. Like it's not funny to us because again, like when 9/11 happened, I remember sitting on a couch crying
Yeah.
for people that I didn't even fucking know because it was so horrible. Same thing that happened on 4/20 1999. I remember sitting in my school classroom crying because this was literally 5 miles away from me.
Right.
I remember
Artsy.
the entire
Shoot.
area is being shut down for weeks.
I just want to comment to this. Artsy, I definitely agree that I was really trying to wrap my head around how it wasn't understood what I was saying. And I feel like the intellect was a low blow because I was feeling attacked. And I shouldn't have done that either. And I apologize for that also.
I was gonna address that too. I don't believe that you feel like we're all stupid.
No, I don't.
I
But
felt like you were being attacked, and
I
well,
really
you
was
felt like you were being attacked, and you were responding to that because
right,
that's what that's what a lot of us do in those situations when we feel like we're being attacked. It's flight or flight, and you fight,
right.
and you're a fighter, so you fight.
I do.
Um, I look.
I shouldn't have
I
done that.
honestly don't believe Monster thinks we're all fucking dumb AF.
I don't. I actually I should have been way more sensitive in the topic that I was talking about, especially in that live.
Well, and that's I literally sent Monster a message saying, "Hey, I'm going to be addressing the Columbine thing. Can you please come in here? I got some questions." Like I'm not going to yell or anything. Like for real.
Anytime, listen, and you know what? Anytime I rather this happen than a clip be played and no context and nobody offer me a conversation, and that's why I was mad.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
I
And
thank you
Smash,
that
and you know what? I will give you that. Smashley does do that quite a bit. However, even after after she was discontinued and came back, um, she went through because somebody said, well, you didn't get the context. She did go through and listen for minutes before and minutes after. And I mean, I didn't get the context either.
yeah, and well, I'll explain. So, a little bit later in the clip when I was discussing the veteran in the mall.
Yes.
So that was the rant that I was talking about, the mental health crisis in America. That's what and I was already on it, right? The rant. And when that sweet oh, no, not sweet
Yeah,
cheeks.
I would have used Hitler's birthday over Columbine.
Oh, you want me all the way canceled or just a little bit?
I would have totally used that one over Columbine.
Listen, I definitely should read the room. The things that I talk about, the things that they're different than a lot of people, and I need to remember that those subjects are definitely sensitive, and I apologize. I'm so sorry.
And I know that in the last like 4 years, you've had a lot of trauma and a lot of growth and a lot of amazing things happen to you. And I just want to make sure that you don't forget where you came from or where you
Right.
started.
And the
Um,
fact and knowing that I hurt people, Ms., I'm not okay with that at
and I'm
all.
not gonna lie, like I literally cried when I got sent that clip
Oh
because
my God, don't make me tear up right now in this box, dummy.
well
I'm sorry.
this is why, and it's because of Austin.
I'm
He
sorry.
fought so hard to survive that tragedy that 10 years later he felt like he couldn't do it and please by all means y'all go look up Stephen Austin Eubanks from Columbine because he was an amazing person who just could not handle the demons anymore from survivor's guilt. and stuff like that. Like it's sad. It is very sad and it's very tragic to this
It is
day.
sad. And I am just so just like I should have just continued with what I was saying
I
because it looks
agree. I
awful.
believe it was bad timing and probably not like ill will on your part at all. I do.
No, I don't know any jokes about it, and I would never.
I just I thought maybe because I don't think it was getting anywhere last night in Smashes with between you, Queenie, and Smash. Which I also have questions for Queenie about something. Because again, Kendra and I are not friends at
Do you
all.
want me to share it to her?
I would love if she could come up here because and Queenie and I have never had issues.
Let
So
me let
like
me see.
I have some questions about hypocrisy on the color thing between um Smashley saying kiss my white ass and Kendra saying that stupid YT lady. Like if you're gonna be mad at Smash, then be mad at Kendra for also going straight to color when she gets mad. Like this is my issue. And honestly, you know, like since all my shit happened, I've pretty much kind of just sat back and watched a lot of shit.
Shiny Penny, survivor guilt is very real. I live with it every single day. And I even I
Okay,
talk
artsy
about that a
fartsy.
lot.
She might have not meant it as a slur, same way that Kendra might have not meant it as a slur. Either way, Queenie still defends Kendra and was ostracizing. And believe me, I'm not friends with either Smash or Kendra, just so everyone fucking knows.
Yeah.
But if it's gonna be bad for one, it's gonna be bad for the other, right? That's all I'm trying to throw out here is if it's gonna this is where this kind of bullshit's gotta stop. If it's gonna be bad for one,
I keep getting phone calls.
which
I'm so sorry.
no, you're good. Which I don't like Smash. And so yes, I agree. Her saying kiss my white ass was fucking wrong. I also agree that Kendra's
I'm gonna share
that's
to
that dumbass YT lady was wrong.
Kendra, share to Queen, just because they're named, you know.
No, it's good. And I have like I got a new phone and I'm having issues trying to figure it out. My share thing now doesn't let me go to the more, so it only gives me that line of people.
Right, I'm trying to do, I have to
You're
search
on
them by
that fucking
name.
line of people, monster, so it was easy to send it to you because I have messaged you before and shared shit to you before. So
Yes, I remember. Um, so yeah, I sent to um the little group and then to Queen E, so hopefully they'll be able to come in
and
and
please
because
tell
I
her
don't
that like I'm not gonna yell at her. I'm not gonna be like super angry. I just like have questions.
listen, questions are good, and I wish that instead
Questions
of
and clarification. This is why I did it because
right,
I know that you didn't mean it the way that it
see,
came out.
and that's what I'm saying. So does she. That's why I was so mad.
However, I think the delivery of y'all's method of trying to portray that was definitely not the best.
And I agree with that too. For fuck's sake, I am a
But
wreck.
same with her color thing. Like I like in the same fucking live, I got a whole bunch of questions on two different things. But I do appreciate you coming up into my
Of
live
course.
and at least admitting that you now realize that it was bad taste and we're not DUMB as fuck just because we
No.
didn't understand the joke because nothing with that title is a joke to us, especially the ones that live in Colorado.
Yes, and I understand that that word and joke should not be in the same sentence. That's what I learned last night. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Well, I appreciate that and I love your face for at least
Thank you.
saying that and doing that.
Listen, and anytime anyone has any questions before casting judgment on somebody, please ask me. You can approach me. I will answer any questions that anyone has. Tell them,
I got a
Miz.
little
You know
teary and
me.
now my nose is so fucking stuffed up, y'all. Jesus.
Allergies.
Can't breathe out my freaking nose now.
But I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Hopefully, Family Feud's still happening. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for coming up.
Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to actually explain.
Yeah, for sure, girl. And I
All right,
appreciate
honey.
you explaining.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hopefully Queenie can come in so I can ask her the questions I gotta ask her. But if not, maybe later. Right now my husband's taking a nap, my son's at school, so now's the best time for me. Hi, Mandatory. I'm not sure. Trina, what's that YouTube that you watch that plays lives? I think they're gonna be uploading it.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm driving, so I had to get in a box. It's
Alright.
window liquor TikTok or TikTok window liquor.
Sunsets and PNW. It's Window Liquors TikTok or TikTok Window. I think it's TikTok Windows. TikTok
Window liquor.
Liquors on YouTube. And I don't know if
And
they
then
look
there's
it yet, but they're supposed to.
There's another one that I'm sorry, my windows are down. There's another one that Pam told me about. It's Drama TikTok on YouTube. I think that's the name of it. Or TikTok Drama. I'm sorry, I'm ass backwards. I don't know which way's which.
No, you're good. While we wait, though, while we wait to see if Queenie is going to come in, can we discuss how Pastor Petty's not addressing the CP stuff between Malibu and Smashley, and how Malibu was MIA from Smashley's live last night, like the first time in months?
Oh, she was missing in action last night?
She was missing in action last night in Smashley's live.
So she left Smashley to fend for herself?
She did.
That sounds about
And
right.
honestly, maybe because she's, as in her words, she's never had to deal with this kind of stuff. She's never had trauma. She never has known anyone with depression or gone through this stuff. So maybe she.
Then she should keep her ass out of it.
But
Simple as that.
I thought she was a silent observer. She doesn't do the drama. She doesn't do the drama, but she laughed while sending a CP image to Smash It.
Yeah. Yeah, that really irritates me
Oh,
because
you noticed that too, Corey?
to say that she was nervous, that's the reason why she was laughing. But
God damn it,
if
Monster,
you
got
go
my
back
nose
and
all
watch
stuffed
the
up.
clip, she was laughing before Smash even seen that picture.
Yes. And laughing
So-
like, haha, look what I just got. That Shannon did. I'm going to be the first to report. Not realizing how serious it was. And how is it that
That's why I
people
don't.
are saying that it's a plastic doll versus the detectives in the report saying that it was an undiapered male baby?
I don't understand why she said that she sent it to Smashley to report it. Instead of doing that, why didn't she report it? And who in the hell sent her that? She needs to give up whoever the hell sent her that.
I agree. She needs to give up who sent it. Do you know what's
And there was
funny?
no reason for her
Back
to
in the
send
day,
it
I
to
was one of
Smashley to report
Malibu's
it.
first friends on this side of TikTok. And we talked all the time. And I used to tell her, when she'd say, I don't want to be in the drama, I just want to watch it. And I'm like, well, just keep your mouth shut. And then day by day, I saw her getting more involved. And I'm like, this is going to fucking turn out wrong for you because you ain't. Like, she had already done told me she has never been through trauma or SA or DV or know anybody that has been through it. Like, I'm like, you're literally gonna Like, dig yourself a fucking hole.
And that's what she done.
She did think it was funny. She thought it was fucking hilarious. It was not a nervous laugh. I really hope
No.
Queenie gets in here. I've never had an issue with Queenie, and I'm not going to yell at her. I have a couple questions for her. That's it. I hope she comes in. I know people
Maybe
get
she
scared
will.
to come into my live because Pastor Petty might kick you off the island, but as long as you know how to swim, you'll be okay, y'all. I swear to God.
For real. I didn't drown.
You did not try. We have otters. We have fucking otters in the water waiting. And when I say otters, not like the Mallory type or the bougie type or the enemies of the enemies types. We just have otters just waiting to peacefully pull y'all to shore.
Yeah, we won't let you drown. It'll be alright. It's not so bad to get kicked off the island.
It's really not. Well, you know, at least two of them are otters, Stella. At least two. I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna put Trina in an otter category there. Actually, four. I'm gonna put Shiny Penny as an otter.
Yeah. I'd rather be an otter than a mermaid or some crazy
Lulubelle,
shit like that.
She hasn't been kicked off the island yet, but Victoria was verbally scolded and unmodded from Pastor Penny's live yesterday
Really?
morning. The morning before.
Why in the hell was she scolded and unmodded?
Because she sat with Pam and spoke the truth. Because she's friendly with Pam and she spoke the truth, she was penalized.
So it's because she has an opinion that
No,
others
Victoria.
don't have the same opinion.
You know, the
And,
Victoria that literally takes nobody's side,
Yeah.
but speaks her truth when she speaks it. That one. Because she was upset about the CP and what happened with Malibu and Smash and some other shit. Yeah, and because she was in Pam's live, she was unmodded from, because she's been Petty's mod she was Petty's mod before I was. And I knew Petty before she did, but she was Petty's mod before I was.
Well, what has Petty said about the whole Smashley and Malibu in the picture?
He
and
said that
stuff?
he's not getting into women's business. That's what he
Then
said.
why was Victoria scolded and unmodded?
Because he has a whole bunch of double standards that don't make sense.
That's fucking crazy.
It is weird. It is fucking
So
weird.
okay, he's not getting in it, but
Michelle, that's why I've always said I was a homie.
if
Nelly.
I'm going to get kicked off the island for sticking up and standing behind you, then why isn't Malibu or Smashley kicked off the island and talked
Well,
about
I didn't
stuff
see Smashley or
because they
Malibu
were
in his live
transferring
yesterday.
CP?
I will say that. I did not see Smashley or Malibu in his live yesterday. However, he also didn't comment on it too much at all or address it. Being 7/7 News, TikTok News, right? You would think that you would address something as serious as CP.
For real. Did he address anything about when he found out Shannon did that?
Oh, yeah, when he found out Shannon did it, dude, he fucking, because he hates Shannon.
Of course. So we're going to talk about it when the person we hate does it, but okay.
And that's why I
got
kept
you.
saying, talking to Monster, I am not Smash's friends, because I am not. I used to be. We were good friends. We were. But
I think they're all
noticed her
vile.
change over the last, year and a half. And I said something to her about it. Your head is getting bigger than your fucking following. You need to fucking stop. and she didn't. And now look where she's at. She's on the fucking chopping block like the rest of us. Except you know what? I 100% have always been on the chopping block. I never lied about who I was, what I did, what I said, how I believe at all. Smashley is now feeling what I felt back in November. And I'm not sorry for that, because you know what, Smashley, it feels awful, doesn't it? When everybody that you thought was your friend turned on you, right? Feels awful, doesn't it? But it's a good dose of reality that you might need. Because you also brought up my parenting, Smashley. You said that I yelled at my son because of people on TikTok. I did, because he was fucking causing issues. He's 16. He's got a mouth on him. And I yelled at him on a TikTok live. You're right. But you know what? I've been a mother for over 27 years now. So when you've been a mother for over 27 years, Smashley, come back and ask me if you never fucking lashed out at your children. You said, I've never heard Kendra lash out at her child. Her child's what, 3? 4?
For real.
Dude, I got kids up into like 28.
My kids are grown, and yeah, I yelled at one just the other day, but they know I do it out of love. Didn't degrade them or anything like that, but I mean, hell.
And it's funny because I do have Malibu's phone number, and I thought about messaging her last night. Be like, look at the shit you caused after I specifically warned you to stay out of this kind of shit. And I warned her, and she decided she didn't want to be my friend anymore. Because Smash and I weren't friends anymore. And she liked Smash more than she liked me. So cool. Go be friends with Smash. Look where it got you, girl. Look where the fuck it got you. My friends up in the house. I own my own shit. I always fucking come on and say my own shit. I never let that shit fall onto my friends. Most of the time, my friends don't agree with the shit I fucking do.
Did Smash say the reason why Malibu wasn't showing up?
No.
Or didn't show up?
Nope, she did not. Shiny Penny, yeah. So it's been like 27 plus years for me. I mean, but like, when Smash said the other day that I've never heard Kendra lash out at her 3-year-old on TikTok Live.
Just wait until she's a teenager.
Yeah. Give it a few fucking years, like for real. Because this is my last one. Not my first one, my last one. So yeah, I yelled at him. On TikTok Live. God fucking forgive me, because I yelled at my fucking 16-year-old, now being fucking son, on a live.
You're going to hell, sunshine.
Whether I was drinking or not, he was still fucking mouthy. He was still out of line, and he still needed to be corrected.
Look, y'all, I yelled at my son the other day, and he got out the car, and he said, I love you, Mama, just now.
I can't stand over him and yell at him and intimidate him. I can't
Did
stand
you
over
hear?
him. He's
Did
6
you hear
foot,
him,
I'm
Sunshine?
5'6".
I just told y'all about me telling him I love him just now when he got out the car, and he said, fuck you, Mom.
Yeah. But she wants to come at me for the one time in 4 years that she ever heard me yell at one of my children. One time in 4 years that I've been friends with Smash, that she has ever heard me yell at my children. My son. Let me tell you, y'all, my girls were motherfucking angels. Everybody says girls are the worst. No. My girls were motherfucking angels.
No. My son was the angel. My daughter is a mini-me. I'm paying for my raising. But I still love her.
My son is my mini-me. He is the one that is going to be 20 times worse than me. Except he's really even not that. He was on his own phone in the same room with me, watching the comments and commenting out loud, and I corrected him for that. So you gonna come after me for that? When I said go the fuck to bed, you don't need to be on my live. You don't like. I ended up blocking him.
Yeah, because I mean, well, I understand that.
I find it funny that people that have only been parents for like, let's say Kendra 3-4 years and Smashy like 8 years are gonna come and comment what kind of parent I am because I yelled at my fucking son. And mind you, this is my last fucking child at 16 years old. He's 16, 250 pounds, fucking 6'1". Like, fucking, I yelled at him. Yes, the fuck I did. You think if I hit him, it's gonna go over well? No. If he fucking, his moves were crossed, like, no. Just like, and she even brought up when CPS was called on me for his bruises. Like, no, dude, like, she's like, and I don't agree with that, but if they had an issue with the way I've raised my productive, self-sufficient, fucking members of society children, then fuck me. For real.
So, are we saying that yelling at your kid is abuse now?
Apparently.
Is that okay?
Because apparently
Because
yelling at a 3-year-old, because Kendra's child's what, 3 or 4, and yelling at a 16-year-old are the same thing.
no.
Because apparently that's what it's come down to. They want to.
That's totally two different worlds
My
right there.
16-year-old son on live when he was being fucking rude and unreasonable. They want to yell at me like, you yelled at your son, bitch. Wait till your fucking daughters are 16.
Yep. Because when they're that age, they think they know everything.
And he's my baby. It's not like I haven't even been through this with 2 other fucking children before. And you know what? My oldest child is almost 25, travels the country, has paid her own bills since she was 18, 19 years old, lived on her own, fucking made an amazing life for herself. My other daughter is graduating this year. Fucking like I honestly I have never yelled or punished my 17-year-old. You know why? Because she never gave me a reason to. Ever. She's also autistic and super smart and super sweet and kind. And there was never a reason to punish her. She never questioned authority. She never well, she does question authority if she feels it's out of line, but I was never unfair to her. I've never had CPS come into my life and say, hey, I'm going to take your kids because you're an abusive parent. Ever. In 27 fucking years ever. And I know y'all are saying, you keep saying 27 years, and you say your oldest daughter is 24. Motherfuckers, I had a baby before that. I did not keep. He was put up for adoption. But even then, I've still been a mama for over 27 years. So come at me. Come at me with your fucking 8 years. Come at me with your fucking 3-4 years. And tell me what a bad fucking mother I am when my children are graduating high school, paying their own bills, moving out of my house, living their best fucking lives. My major depression issues, and Trina, correct me if I'm wrong when I had said this, is I don't want to be an empty nester. But apparently I raised my kids too well.
You're right.
That is my biggest struggle, is being a fucking empty nester. Because I want my babies to live here forever.
I don't know when I'm going to be an empty nester.
Well, that's different. And and this is where like Trina and I struggle because she's on the opposite side of me, and I'm like, I want all my babies to live with me. That's why I bought this big ass.
And I want mine to fly
as Rivka
away.
would say, I live in a 3,000 square foot house. So do I, bitch.
I
want
love
all
my
babies
kids.
to live with me. I want their families to live with me. I want their partners to live with me. I want all my babies to live with me because I love and miss my babies.
Well, I've always told my kids, even if, they ever move out, which Victoria has done, I've always told them no matter if you do move out, you'll always have a home to come back to, And
That's
she came back home. And if my son Isaiah ever moves out, which I don't know because he's a mama's boy, but if he does, he does. If he don't, that's fine. No. Her due date is tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah, they went to the doctor yesterday.
Grandma, but I'm not excited for you to deal with
Yeah. They went to the doctor yesterday and her blood pressure was high, so they sent her to the hospital to have a stress test.
I'm gonna go potty.
Okay. They sent her to the hospital after the doctor appointment yesterday to have a stress test because her blood pressure was high. So they done blood work and everything, and they finally released her last night at 9 o'clock and said everything was fine. And she has an appointment next week on the 30th for another baby appointment, but her due date is tomorrow, so she can go at any minute. So we'll just have to see, fingers crossed. I asked her the other day how she was feeling, and she said that she was over it. She is ready to have this baby, so. I hope everybody down in the comments is having a good day. I can't see the comments. I'm driving right now, but I hope everyone's having a good day. But this is going to be my first grandbaby. It's a little boy, and they're naming him Kason. So, I'm excited.
Well, girl, I've been live for, what the fuck is it? Tell me the time. I've been live for a little bit.
Yeah, it takes me about 20 minutes to get him to work and back home, and I'm almost back home. I just got across the bridge. So you've been live.
So we smashed out the
2
monster
minutes before
thing.
that.
I need to smash out the Queenie thing. So, oh wait, somebody's trying to come up. I need to smash out the Queenie thing.
If you need to drop me, you can. I'm driving, so I can't see. But
No, you're good.
either way, I'm
Wait,
fine.
I missed. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna mute you though, Trina.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm missing everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. I couldn't hear y'all at all. Now I can. What was going on? You were what?
So I had Monster up, and I discussed the Columbine thing with her, and how while Smash and I do not get along, nor are friends, I understand her upset and frustration over the non-joke about Columbine, and respectful, very willing to answer my questions. I didn't yell at her. I didn't do anything. I did tell her my personal experience with Columbine and why it was very upsetting to me. Then she made me cry, and my nose is all stuffy now. But I'm still waiting for Queenie. I do get why they have to say YT. I just don't understand why YT needed to be said in either instance. And Smash saying,
"Oh yeah, like
white ass," or
like Kendra literally Kendra,
that YT bitch Pam. Like, I don't get it.
No, she said you're a middle-aged YT woman. Why did race even belong in that
so
at all?
I wanted to ask Queenie why color was an issue when Smashley, and I made this clear, I am not friends with Smashley, but why was YT an issue when Smashley said it, but YT wasn't an issue when Kendra said it just yesterday? That's all. That's all.
Why is it only an issue when somebody makes false allegations toward Petty or people they hang out with, but when she makes accusations against anybody else, it doesn't matter? Like, the first thing that happened was proof, right? You scream, proof, proof, proof. Everybody screams the same thing when somebody says something about somebody else. Proof, proof, proof. But there's zero reason anybody else should not be asking Kendra for her proof on Breezy. And hey, just Lori.
She needs all the proof.
Hey,
that's the thing. Kendra keeps saying shit with no proof for the last 2.5, 3 months.
And they're lies.
She's been saying shit with no fucking proof. When she backed Shanna with, if you need to see receipts, I saw them. You can come to me, and if you don't believe me, then whatever. But she doesn't need to show receipts. Yes, the fuck you do. If you're gonna call somebody out for being a fucking predator or a P3DO, you need to see fucking receipts. And I did not appreciate that, because that is when I immediately went into mine and Shanna's personal messages and screen recorded everything so everybody could see it.
And they still didn't, and they still accused you of, they still to this day accuse you of making that girl quit breastfeeding. That's wild to me. All on a lie.
Yeah, and just Lori, you were fucking ostracized just yesterday.
Yeah.
For being in PM5? Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Guarantee Monster might catch backlash for coming in and being civil in my live today. Watch.
Hey, just Lori, I wanted to apologize to you because that shouldn't have happened to you.
It shouldn't have.
There was absolutely no reason for you to be treated like that simply because you were in my live. But I wanted to thank you also for standing your ground when they allowed you or gave you the opportunity to do that.
The whole 25 seconds they gave you to speak.
Yeah, and I want to tell you, you even just going, yeah, I do go in there. I agree with her point of view on some things. That was it. The minute you said that, baby, it was over.
And you know what's funny is Pam has always had a lot of haters, or TikTok straight always had a lot of haters. She also got a lot more haters when I was ousted from Petty's community because she helped stand up for shit that was wrong and the shit that happened there. So then she was pretty much thrown off the fucking island because she didn't agree with the shit that fucking happened. So I get it. I do.
I didn't agree. It's not even that. I didn't agree with the lie. I was on board.
That's what I'm saying.
I was really, and I said it earlier today, I was on board, okay. I don't really like it here anymore. I'm not feeling how some people get treated and as versus other people. So I had just made an adult decision and removed myself, right? And even told him, all out, said, hey, no hard feelings. I don't plan on, I ain't walking away to talk shit. I ain't doing anything. I'm just walking away, right? And when he came up with the lie, then I had to say something because it was a lie. And that's what I don't get. Some of y'all are allowed to lie. And it's crazy to me.
Sneaky PP.
Hey, just Lori, if you ever want to get up and be able to speak and be able to tell your whole story, reach out to me and you can come in my live and try to tell what you were trying to tell them without being interrupted.
Kimmy,
treated badly.
Oh, here. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So that's the just Lori you was talking about, Huck, this morning. I was trying to figure out who you was talking about. Because
I recorded that whole thing, right?
Lori. I wasn't thinking about this.
No, Lori. I
Okay, I got you.
uploaded that to my YouTube. I uploaded that to my YouTube because I didn't feel like going back and editing it to post it other places. So I posted all of it to my YouTube, and you can make your own decision on how Lori was treated and why she was treated that way.
When we get off the live, can
Also,
you text
if
me
you
your
watched,
YouTube?
wait a minute. Well, yeah, it's the same as my page, babe.
And you know what's even more fucked up is that they literally acknowledge the fact that they treated certain people like shit yesterday in Smash's live because of who this person sat with.
Well, why do you think that Kendra got to lie about the Breezy? Literally lied,
Which is
bold-faced
so
lied,
fucking weird because Breezy does nothing.
and then, but who gets punished for it? Not Kendra. You
Lori
punished
does.
fucking Victoria.
Victoria,
You
Lori,
punished fucking
anybody that
Victoria.
fucking supports the ops, and I say ops with quotation marks.
You
because that's what
literally,
they call them in petties.
they did that to her. They did that to Victoria for telling the truth and standing up for her fucking friend.
And being in your live.
That's crazy. And
being
yeah,
in your live. Honestly, I don't even think that it was the fact that she stood up for the truth and said what she said, because she's always done that. I think it was the fact that she was specifically in your fucking live when it happened. And the fact that PP and a whole bunch of other people have issues with you and have issues with me and see Victoria in our lives.
son, read that comment. Why is that not surprising?
You know what? I will 100% go into Queenie's live. And you can ask Britt, you can tell her, ask Monster. I will drop everybody out of my box. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to.
Y'all are so fucking
I just
scary.
want to ask a genuine question on why color matters with one person but not the other. If she's going to call Smashley. And look, I don't like fucking Smashley at all. I think her entire personality, her entire character has changed over the last year and a half, 2 years that I've known her. And I have said this to Smashley. Smashley knows, because she's lost a lot of her good friends along the way for this very reason. I was one of the first, thankfully. But I want to ask her why she is still so gung-ho about Kendra when Kendra did the same thing Smash did to her. Kendra did the same thing to Pam that Smash did to her, but it's okay that Kendra did it, but it's not okay that Smash did it. That's the only thing I want clarification on. Why is it okay to bring up color when you're fucking mad? Pam is just another fucking old ass white tea lady with no teeth, right?
That wasn't really what she said, but yeah.
Well, no, but like pretty much. I'm just summarizing here, girl. But why was it okay for Kendra to say Pam's YT ass is doing this and Smash isn't okay for saying kiss my YT ass? Why is color okay to be brought up in any scenario? So if you're gonna call, and again, I dislike Smash and I dislike Kendra. So why is it good for one and not good for the other? That is my question.
Respectfully, Britt, I wasn't going back. I wasn't going back and forth
but if
with
she wants me
anybody.
to go into her live, I'll get off live here soon. She can go live. I only have about an hour left that I can be live before I gotta start dinner and doing wifely mommy duties because I gotta pick my son up for school. I'm making a pork loin. I got other shit going on. So if she wants to go, if she wants to do it in her life,
there's no reason why Queen E can't come over here and talk to you. I'll drop. That's weird.
I have never had an issue with Queen E. Like Monster. Monster. I've never had an issue with Monster ever. Actually, Monster, for the most part, has been one of the people that I've gone to when I've had questions about my alcoholism or my sobriety or I've had issues. Like, I go to her because I trusted her. Like, I'm not going to yell at anybody. I just want to know the difference between the two. Why does Queenie support Kendra when she does it, but calls it out when Smash does it? And again, Smash and I are not fucking friends. I think she's completely two-faced. I think she has ulterior motives. And she's only in it for the gifts and the fucking money she gets on the topics she talks about. Which used to not be Smash at all. And that's another thing, Kimmy. Kendra does get a pass from everyone. Why? When she's doing the exact same thing Smash is doing, and Smash is getting called out. And I literally have recordings from last night where Queenie said it every fucking 2 comments. Why does color matter? So why does color matter when Smashley says it, but not when Kendra says it?
The description, like the conversation, had absolutely nothing to do with that anyway.
That
so
was
that's what I was.
my question. Why does it matter when Smashley does it, but not when Kendra does it, when it's both equally done in a derogatory way? Seriously. And honestly, Britt, I'm not, like, I don't need you to go back and forth. I just didn't understand why. I just didn't understand why, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like I can drop. I have nothing to talk to that woman about.
Yeah, and I said, like, if Queenie wants to come in here, just like with Monster, like, I'll drop everybody and I'm not gonna yell.
Just Lori, you are allowed to show absolutely no emotion when you talk. None. Zero. No emotion when you talk. Not even the slightest inflection in your voice.
So maybe, Britt, I know you don't want to be the go-between, but I can't message her. Just tell her that I have no problem going into her live. If she wants to go live right now, and I'll fucking stop my live and go into her live, or I'll drop everyone from my live, and she can come in here just like Monster did and have an adult conversation without yelling and screaming and like that kind of shit. It doesn't matter to me. If she wants to go live, I'll end my live and go over to her live. Oh, I didn't know she blocked me, so that's all. Like, I've never done anything to Queenie, so I didn't know I was blocked. But again, like, I'm not here to yell at anybody. Like, I'm fucking almost 45 years old. Like, I ain't trying to yell at nobody. If I'm gonna yell at somebody, apparently, according to Smash, it's gonna be my 16-year-old son when he acts DAF. Because of what people are saying on TikTok. As Smash would say. So just let me know. Do I need to end my live and go over to Queenie's live? Is she gonna go live? Also, I just want to say, also, Miss Unknown, you are like literally the most cringeworthy fucking person I've ever met on TikTok. You can't even find your own videos, let alone hold your own live without support because you don't find your own videos and you don't do your own fucking research. That says somebody that's clout chasing 100% to me, just so you know. And I ain't scared, just so you know. I ain't scared. But if Queenie wants to go live, I'll go in her live. Somebody just let me know. I'll end my live and go in her live. So Queenie, go live, and I'll come in yours. Because I'm not there to yell. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to berate you. I just literally have honest questions about why it's okay for one person, but not okay for somebody that's not in your group to do the same thing that somebody in your group is doing. And funnily enough, I agree with Pam when she said, it's because she's part of your group. Y'all have filled her head so high. Y'all created that monster.
Period. That's how I feel. Y'all blew that girl's head up, making that girl believe she could say whatever she wanted to whoever she wanted.
That's how
and
I
wasn't
feel.
nobody gonna tell her, and wasn't nobody gonna tell her different.
That's how
And
I feel.
that ain't gonna
It's
fucking
okay
happen.
for Kendra to do it because she's only 23. She's young. She's a young mother. Again, she's a young mother. I've been a mother
She's
for
like the.
I've been a mother for almost 3 motherfucking decades. So if I want to yell at my motherfucking child, who's not even a fucking child, like little, I'll fucking do it.
She's like the innocent. No, not innocent. The spoiled, bratty little sister
Entitled.
version. That's
She's
what.
the entitled.
Yes, that's what it puts me in mind of, because they're all so protective over her,
Period.
and she's younger than them. You know.
Yeah.
She's
agree
entitled,
with that.
still jobless. You know what, Kendra? You can get a job. There's CCAP. You already get food stamps. I'm pretty sure you already probably get like fucking the money shit too. There's CCAP. They will
Gotta take
pay for your
advantage of those
daycare
resources when
while
they're
you
available.
fucking work, girl. While you actually get up off your ass and work. You could say, you know what? Kendra gonna come back being like, bitch, you don't work? Yeah, you're right, I don't. I'm medically retired now. But I did work 2, 3, 4+ jobs, side gigs, fucking taking care of all 3 of my children by myself for fucking years. And going to school. So don't even cut myself for fucking years. And going to school. So don't even come at me with that.
That's what I don't understand. I was a single mother of 2, a newborn and a toddler, and I still work.
Queenie is live.
So why isn't she working?
Hey y'all, Queenie is live. I'm gonna go over to her live.